others from other communities?
No, no, you
We
can
are now
start.
live. We are now live, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my final appearance in a IMA boot for the foreseeable future. All I want to say is stop insulting people in the IMA, free the big dog. And now it's time for the PCM World Cup 2023, presented by Cyanide and Nakon. Calling people stupid is an insult. Welcome, guys. I'm here with Hillings and Frabo to start the uh, for round one, day two. We will not be commenting everything, not me, but I came here to say goodbye to everyone. It was fun calling the action for you. I will not be doing that in the foreseeable future after the event that transpired in the last 24 hours. However, I still hope to have fun playing this, and even when I bottle it, I'm sure I'll still have a laugh about it pretty soon. Guys, are you hyped?
Well, we hope.
Honestly, I think Basil will dominate this group.
Yes, I agree.
I'm sure of this.
Oh, there's no doubt. He will put a standard on the TTT, and from there just wreck us.
I guess the main question here will be to find out who passes in this group. Group N, which is myself, Doggo, the Battle of the Dogs, ladies and gentlemen, finally reaches the road. Healings, the Goat Healings, the Baldwin, and obviously Basso.
Mm.
And we're
So this is
joined
gonna
by
be,
EMEA, so we will
and we're
start
joined by,
this.
yes, as always, our silent director Emea. Well, mostly silent is here. He will be in the lobby for the stream part of the IMA. And everyone is actually here, so why isn't Emea picking a team? What is Vasu doing?
Maybe stuck in internet synchronizing like you.
Well, given the boss streaming, I don't know how his internet is, but if that's on his part, might be a common issue if it's happening to more than one person. As I was saying, I think the main question here is gonna see will be see who gets second and third. Pretty much, I think we all agree that Basso will utterly dominate this group.
Yeah, I think all the players are aware of Basso and his qualities. So when Basso is going, I think he'll pretty much get the win for free
Yeah.
because everyone
Uh,
knows their ability is on energy management aren't on the same level as he is. His.
Indeed. And big question here. Have you practiced the actual? Have you guys practiced the actual DTT?
I had 5 tries, 6 tries, I think.
I'm starting to think I actually lost somewhere my barf cover for the World Championship, which is lovely. No,
Wait,
this is the Daniel Miko one. I don't know
the
why that's
Colombian is
so
hosting. This is quite cringe with
happening.
Colombian internet.
I wonder who thought that would be a good idea. I mean, who is even doing the org of this tournament? Like PCM Italia, aided by a couple of you, a few stooges from PCM UK. Come on, guys, unacceptable. Is it your group from? Trouble?
Wait,
Is it your group that all Colombians
no,
are
no,
joining?
no. So, may I please say me where I should I work tonight?
Yeah, I don't have my bars covered.
Seems like Group J is quite easy to qualify from, as top 3 is moving on, and there are only 4. You need
There
bar
we
overlay.
go. There we go. No, I already have it. Got it. I wasn't finding it, so I was a bit. What the fuck is going on here? There we go. Emea, why are you not really joining the actual lobby? Because you're not picking a team for us.
He's saying wait.
Yes, we know you are in the lobby. No, you don't have a team, Emea. You're you're not synced with us. Just rejoin, please. Ay, ay, ay. There goes Emea. No rules now. Just launch and let's all block each other to death. Oh, he's back. Right.
Check your teams. Might be a good idea.
Oh, yeah, actually check if right is state, guys. Sometimes it happens with someone rejoin. Oh, and they did not. But always good to check. So, well, yes, his nick is actually his. Well, not no, because his nick is not his year of birth. It's his actual age. So there's that. Telling. Okay, we go. The keyboard.
He's born in 90.
No, he's 90 years old.
Uh,
No, he's born in 90. Yes, so you're probably older than him, I guess.
I guess that's the time it took to write his rule book.
Wait, you're a boomer as well, then?
Yeah, I'm
No,
from the
hanno
80s.
scritto che sono...
Oh wow, we have a major. I think you should be the next INA president, to be honest.
I'm like grandpa. Oh, I start off.
Oh, I don't start off, man. Best of luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck, Hillings. Try not to eliminate if possible.
Wada is starting off the TTT in front of Shelmose.
Man, I think I'm gonna be hammered in this TTT. Because it seems like the kind of thing one should have prepared for.
Raining. Bad for my RDCs.
Guys, you hear?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I was muted on my own screen, so lovely for viewers to have missed out this wonderful gem of me saying end the insults in IMA, free the big dog, punish the rule breakers.
Oh. You started off, or Doggo started off in a real hurry. That's a bit worrying. Let's see. Oh, he brought his TT team. Oh, Doggo is going to struggle in the mountains.
He brought the oh, that's unfortunate for him.
Guys, I was trying to winning the TTT, but I choked. Fortunately, I don't play. I'm a so fucking clown.
Lagtempo. From the...
I'm already losing 22 seconds. Fuck my life.
Decent. Let's see how I do against Basso. Damn. Actually beat Basso. the Baldwin had trouble in this team TT, losing 2 guys.
Pepel is the tank, right?
What?
Pepel is the tank. Pepele, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Ah, fuck! 32 seconds. Jesus. Wait, who's Belgian 2? Is it Doggo? Oh, he's left the TTT team. So I only lost technically 6 seconds. Most people. Yeah. 6 seconds. Oh, that's not bad. Who's Denmark?
So in my group,
Are you Denmark, Hilling?
Yeah.
with
Ah, so we're all very close here, I guess. Oh, Doggo's in trouble then. He gets 30 seconds, but will he get
He's lacking 2 helpers.
yeah, he's lacking 2 helpers in the mountains. It might come back to haunt him, especially since he is an inexperienced player. I mean, that I can remember. So it might come to hurt him in the energy management process as well, with the lack of helpers. That's not good for him, but that's good for us, I guess. So I technically did 31:59, and Hillings did 6 seconds to 53, and Doggo might be in trouble. Yeah. Wait, what happened with the connection? Why did it crash? Did it also crash?
so situation in your group,
Situation on my group was Doggo brought the time trial team, so he won with almost 30 seconds on everyone. Me, Basso, and Helling are separated by 6 seconds, and the French new player, unknown player, the Baldwin, is at 1:39 from us, 1 minute 30 from us, 39 from 1 minute from us, 1:39 from Doggo, but Doggo has the TTT team, so might
in my
come back
group,
to haunt him.
I didn't see the composition, but I think the classification is the tank, Alder, Gacho, Asted, Len.
What are the gaps? Because the main contenders here, so to speak, are within 5 seconds of each other after the TTT. And Doggo has more, but he actually took the time trial thing. And I said I wasn't going to comment, and I intend to keep it, so I'm going to move to general players.
Chateauneuf, La Forêt, and to Vulcania.
So, Sean, are you
I
going
can,
to attack this stage or not?
I'm going to general channel. Oh, here we go. Follow me, boys.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Opening up the race from the start. Seems like Doggo is trying to control the breakaway from the start. Not wanting to give neither Big Dog nor me any rest. No rest for the wicked, I guess.
Hello.
Hello?
So, hello guys. Let's see if how it, we are still in lobby. Let's make up some tabs so I can see
Our
the
rider is looking to
lobbies.
give the pack the slip.
So, yeah, I do him, yeah. No problem. So we are in group ends right now with the Big Dog, Hillings, the Baldwin, and Baso. Let me do some preparation first, then I can concentrate on the games. Okay, fine. We see, I guess, Hillings and the Big Dog in the breakaway, followed by Doku who tries to catch them. Yeah, let's see if a breakaway can form at the end. Right now, I think Doku tries to control the break. I think mostly important is now that no dangerous rider, so the 78 rider or puncher is in the break without you have them, and now Dogo bridge to the front group. Yeah, the Big Dog with 4 guys, Hillings with 3, and the Dogo with 2 guys. So now it's Bas's turn to close the gap at the end. But far to go. I think this breakaway will not last for too much longer at the end. Interesting results in the TTT already. Dogo with his TTT squad, so means neither the 73 Mountain, so the puncher, or the 76 Mountain guy, but I think he is without the puncher, so he might have a disadvantage in the following stages, but let's see how difficult it will be for him to control everything. But in these first 2 stages, or second and third stage, it might not be the biggest problem. Yeah. For the 4th cat climb, nobody sprinted. Also, like yesterday in my group, nobody did, so I guess the first fight for KOM we will see on the first 3 category climb later in the stage, I think. Let me see who's at front. Hillings with his time trialist, his 76 mountain guy I saw, the big dog with the 78 mountain guy and the puncher, and let's see who Doku has in the front group, also the 78 guy. So the big dog only won with the puncher, I guess, but it's pretty even between 78 and 73 guy at this stage, so they should be all quite happy with the situation, except Bas, who is trying to close the gap now, just 30 seconds, so nothing decisive yet and nothing too dangerous. So let's see how the race unfolds at the end. Yeah, still the big dog doing the most of the work. And I think it will stay for this for a while. So we go to the group of Styros. Let me check which group this is. This is the group with a group of Solipide, George, Kingmaker, Ninja, and Styros. They are pretty up already more ahead of the road, and I see a lot of splits. E4, E3, and Styros in the yellow jersey, so he won the TDT. He said before the stage he's the only one of his team not winning the TDT maybe, but now he does, or he did. So all his team won the TDT and Styros too. So now it's his time to control everything. But I assume he's also with one mountain leader or helper less than the others, as he probably picked his TDT squad. Then first of all, Ninja as a head will be catched, and I think these two will work together to catch the breakaway, which is pretty far ahead. So might be interesting stage here, but let's switch to another group, to group J, with Ghosty, Artab, Pedro, and Colby. Yeah, they are a bit more behind the Styros group, and yeah, we see a breakaway of 6 riders with Artab and Ghosty, and behind the peloton with Colby and Pedro. If I saw correctly, Colby is in the GC lead. Also, I assume he picked his TDT squad, while all the others have their normal lineup for mountain. Then we continue to Group K. This K, yes, the group of Groot, Everett, Naut, Goga, and RS Gaming. Yeah, pretty same distance so far, like the other groups. And Groot does a team attack, 120 kilometers away. Let's see if this works. At least he tries this. Also, another guy in the peloton sitting up. It already looks like there was a lot of action, as I see at least 6 riders falling behind of this peloton already. So it might be much attacking, and as we speak from attacking, Ars Gaming secured this one KOM point with Kosnefra. Let's see who won the TDT actually, as I can't see which jersey the yellow jersey is right now, but we will see in future, I guess. And we can continue with. Let me see what Amir writes or wrote. We go to Hush. Hush in Group L. This is the group of Swexen, Hush, Frogo, Dieter Moore, and Stein. Pretty strong group, actually, with the clear favorite Swexen. And let's see, yeah, same distance like the group before, but this time with a big breakaway. Also with the yellow jersey. And I think everyone has his domestics at front. Swexen is actually chasing behind, so he might be the leader. Yeah, it might be that he won the TDT. But let's continue with Group P. With the one only Miko in his group. Next to him, Arab, Ilya, and John Coll. Also here, clear favorite Miko. Has he won the TDT? Yeah, he did. So it's time to defend everything, but as we know, Miko, he will chase everything he can. Right now, he chases Ilya with leading with 3 riders. And last but not least, we go to Frabo. There's another group in Group I, but there we have technical issues, I guess. So we end our tour here with the group of Frabo, who is actually not playing, just streaming for us. And this is the group of Alda, Gaccio, Pepele, Hasted, and Leonard. They are all a bit further up the road. With I guess France. Gaccio is leading actually this race right now, as he won the TT and now tries to control everything. But actually it's Pepele which is chasing. Am I right? Is Gaccio in yellow or is it Pepele? I would guess Gaccio, but I'm not sure on that. It seems like Pepele actually won the team time trial. So he might be also with his TDT team and is of the lack of one mountain domestic, but we will see later on. So then we switch again to our main group. So we go back to the group of the Big Dog, Hillings, and Baso as Doggo, the current leader of the GC. We will come back later as the stages will end. First of all, the Skiros group was probably the closest to the finish line, but as long nothing decisive, nothing special happened there, we stay here. And 80 kilometers to go. Breakaway still ahead, but is close to be catched by Basso, I think. Yeah. Oh, I think Killings with his whole team at front, so it's time to act now. But I think on this climb the race will
He's going to take
be
him all by himself.
neutralized again and everything is together. 26 riders, plus 3 ahead, so 7 riders left the peloton already. Not really. One rider as Emir as the host, so just one rider left the peloton so far, and yeah, the rider of Hillings, but I guess it's nothing what you are worried about, as the final part is so hard that you don't need as much helpers. There's more important positioning and yeah, mainly positioning. Ahead is now with 1 minute. I think it was, I'm not sure, Basso, and now a attack of Basso attacks with 3 riders and tries to switch to the riders in front of Doggo actually. Let's see if this works. After the next category of next QM, there's a technical descent. There can you regain a lot of energy, and I think Basso might gamble that he has a gap until that. So let's see how this stage continues. So we will switch groups again, I heard of, and we go to Styros as they came closer to the finish line. Let's see how the race is going. Oh, they are on the steep ramp. Styros, good position. Ahead of him is with the British jersey is actually George, but let's see. Styros higher the pace on the front. Yeah, but I don't think he will get riders there. Ahead of him, I see also. Oh, he actually has a gap. I think it will be closed again, but Styros try to bridge to the riders at front. I can't tell what rider this is, but it looks like, is this Belgium? No, it's Solidified, the Spanish jersey. Oh, and he drives right into him. So, shortly interrupted, but now I'm back again. Group is together, 17 riders, 1 rider at front. I guess it's Solipai, as he had 2 domestics at front. Now it seems like Jakob's rider. I don't know which rider, but it's actually Jakob trying to hunt the stage, I think. If I see the jersey correctly. And Styros, as the leader, tries to control everything. But it's 1 minute 30 to the front, so it will be actually close. Maybe this attacks work. Oh, now Styros is attacking. Kingmaker is actually in the Polish jersey, so not Jakob. And now the group is already again together, and still 1 minute rider for this rider at front, but I think he's right to be catched, as he has probably no energy left. Yeah, He is shaking with his upper body, so he might have no bars left, and so it will be a sprint if there's no late attack. Actually, Ninja has 4 riders left, so he is the most riders, but I don't think it's about how many riders, it's more about the energy right now. And let's see who will win the stage. I don't think there will be too much gap between the favorites, but let's see if somebody can win with the puncher, maybe even. George had a bit of problems at the back, but I think he is in this group. Not sure about it, at least he struggled a little bit. And Ninja is trying to do his lead out. A lead out, and now it's Kingmaker. This last banner is actually not on the 1 kilometer mark, so it's a bit later at the 1 kilometer mark, so not. Yeah, Stuart opens the sprint with Frollo. Can he win the stage? Now it looks like George. George had this win for George. Oh, and Ninja on the. No, George won the stage, but really close ahead of Ninja, ahead of Solipai and Styros. I thought for a moment Ninja could catch George on the line, but at the end it's George winning the stage, I assume with the puncher, as I think Car is. And behind the Reese and Lander should be the climber, so George, the only one, really could make the puncher go for a sprint, and that's what he got rewarded for the win at the end. But let's go to our group again, as we are heading to the finish. Also there, right quick, the race situation. The Baldwin actually behind the peloton. I don't know what happened there, but he has to make up some ground. 30 seconds. I think he will catch this back again, but will lose a lot of energy. Ahead, Barso is with 4 riders, trying to go ahead of the peloton into the next climb, but the big dog and also the others try to catch him before, but will be close if they catch him before the climb. But as it looks right now, the gap is closing, but he entered the climb in first place. And actually Baldwin has to make a huge effort to close this gap now. While at front the pacing is still hard, Barso at the front, going his own tempo, don't try to be blocked on this really steep climb. Actually Barso with 3 domestics left, and behind there are some splits, maybe in the downhill. Yeah, Doggo and Hillings are in another group. So let's see if they can catch. I think they can catch, but it's also some energy you have to spend. At front it's now Doggo and Barso, as also Chaw, the big dog, is there. And now Doggo is bridging to the group ahead like the others did with Hillings and the Baldwin, who actually has his puncher at front, I think, and just his mount leaders behind. So it might be already over for the Baldwin on this stage, while Barso is still increasing the pace, or at least making the pace for the peloton, which is again splitted behind, but I think the most important riders are in the front group. But the only one with 3 riders is now Baso, followed by the big dog who's alone as well as Doggo is. Behind, I think Hillings tries to close the gap, but Baso is increasing the pace again. Doggo dropped just the big dog on his wheel. Can he stay with Baso? Oh, it must be really hard effort now. Baso giving everything to stay ahead of Hillings and Doggo, while the Baldwin will lose a lot of time here as he is alone and need to close a lot of
There's now just
gap,
10 kilometers left.
which he will probably never do on this stage. And now Hillings try to bridge, and I think he does it. So everything together right now. Just the Baldwin behind, and Baso goes again. Baso really trying to make the difference here already. And now behind, just Hillings with one domestique, but it's Doggo who try to pace Baso down as he's the virtual leader. But I think Baso, we know him, pretty strong energy saving, and he extends his gap to 40 seconds. I think it could be the winning move, and it might be already. The big dog already dead, and now just Doggo and Hillings trying to catch him, but even they have already nearly a minute,
There are just 5
nearly a
kilometers
minute
left.
behind of Baso, who is leading the race lonely and going for his first win of the day, and in my opinion not his last one. Yeah, but behind Doggo and Hillings will sprint for seconds. Already good for the MGC because top 3 advance, and when you are clearly ahead of the 4th and 5th in the GC, it's also not too bad. Yeah, and let's see Baso on the last meters. A minute ahead of the rest, and he's winning
In the
his
end,
first
he found
stage
the
of the day.
resources to get this win.
Behind the sprint, Hilling ahead of Doggo. Yeah,
We're waiting for the
Hilling
backmarkers,
second,
who appear to
Doggo
be fairly
third.
numerous in this difficult race.
Shaw with a big gap already behind on P4, and the Baldwin P5 of the leaders even further behind. So we have a new GC leader, I guess, now in Baso ahead of Doggo and Hillings, with Shaw on P4 and the Baldwin on P5. We quickly swap to Group P to Miko, as I hear he's solo ahead. Oh, now I clicked the wrong group, and did Miko win? Yeah, Miko won ahead of Agab, it seems, and Ilya, I guess. Next group to finish is the group of Hush. They are on the last meters. Hush with 3 riders. Svexen also with 3. Who will win the stage? I guess Hush and Svexen with the punchers in this group. Will they win the stage? Svexen goes first. Hush then, but is Svexen easily winning the stage with the puncher. Stein second, ahead of the mountain guy of Svexen, then John Cole and Hush. Actually, I think Dieter Moore lost a lot of time there, as his mount leader wasn't seen there in the first group, so he might have lost some time. but I think, yeah, it might be Cruz like his leader, so he might have lost 2 minutes already there. This was in Group L. Let's see which group next is to finish. Yeah, I think every group has already finished now. And we go to the Styros group, which is already half up the Croix de la Fer and entering the last 13 kilometers of this KOM. In the meanwhile, I try to look if there are any results already published of these stages, so I can tell you who won these second stages, as I think we couldn't show you every stage, but before we do this, we look at Styros as they enter the last kilometers of this climb. And maybe in the downhill I can look up for some results of the second stage. Yeah. As it seems, the pace in this group wasn't really high. 25 riders still in this group. Some with 4-5 guys, but there are 2 guys ahead. Yeah, Kingmaker is going with his 76 rider, trying to bridge to the riders at front, while Ninja is pacing behind with his riders. Also, this climb really interesting for KOM points, as it's a climb of the highest category, and now Ninja is attacking. I don't think with his mountain leader, but I guess at least with his 78 rider. And he might go with him for the KOM. As behind is George trying to control the stage.
Adam Yates goes into the attack.
And doing I would say moderate pace to let them not too far away ahead and probably catch them in the downhill or in the flatter part after. Let's see if Stuart shows us how it is looking at front. I just know Kingmaker and Ninja try to bridge ahead. Did it happen already? Ninja is trying at least. And I think he could bridge ahead, as the KOM sprint is in 2 kilometers. And Solipai is attacked with his leader actually. So it's actually an attack for GC and Styros reacts. But for now, Solipai has a gap to the others. Let's see if we can hold this gap until the crest of the mountain. Ahead, KOM will be taken now. We can't see who wins this. Kingmaker at least sprinting with Waczynski for it, and Styros tries to bridge to Solipai. And I think he will manage to do this with 2 domestiques, while Solipai has just 1, but I guess he has a rider at front too. But they have a gap to the others, and I don't think the gap will be closed in the downhill so far, so I can see a lot of interesting scenarios here. I see Kingmaker trying to bridge the Styros, and behind it's George and Ninja who are separated from these 2. Yeah, and Solipai and Styros are really pushing to hold this gap. Kingmaker tries to bridge, and I think he does it, yeah. Oh, now it's 3 versus 2 for Styros, Kingmaker and Solipie against George and Ninja, and Ninja and George already 1 minute 20 behind. So let's see how the stage ends. As I think it might be Ninja who has his leader at front, but now we switch to Ghosty, so let's see how it looks there. Oh, Ghosty tries a team attack. Ghosty already goes all in on the Col de la Croix de Fer and tries to simply drive away from everyone else. Just Artab is trying to follow him, and I think he closes the gap to Ghosty, but a lot of pace there. Yeah, Ghosty is willing trying to make the stage alone, and already pretty early. If this works, let's see. But he's trying really hard to distance everyone else. Let's go back to our group of Basu, Hillings and Doggo, as Hilling is really trying to put the pressure down. I can see the big dog already distanced and the Baldwin already minutes behind, so I don't know if he's still playing actually, as he is like 5 minutes behind the rest of the field. Oh, this group really split it. Ah no, there is the Baldwin with his 78 rider, and I think his leader is far behind. Yeah, so he's pretty much out of the GC. The big dog is trying to catch the group of favorites, and ahead are a bunch of 78 helpers. So pretty interesting constellation right now. The big dog just brought his riders back, accidentally blocking Hillings, I guess, but there's everything fine, I guess. And now 2 riders on Doggo, 2 for Basu, 4 for the big dog, and 3 for Hillings, and ahead a lot of domestics. So I guess we will see some splits like in the Stewards group. Also here, I guess Basu will try it for sure on this climb to bridge to his riders at front. But for now, as Hillings is trying to pace a bit. Yeah. But now we are in the flatter part. Now it's time to regenerate some energy. But as I think everyone is close together, just some domestics at front. So we head again back to Styros. It is the group with the closer to the finish line. And yeah, they are entering the Alpe d'Huez, the final climb of the stage. 9 riders at front, 3 of them of Styros, 3 of them of Solipie, and 3 of them of Kingmaker, but Ninja bridges to this group. And I guess George will do it as quickly as he can too, but he has 1 minute gap behind, so he might spend a lot of energy. The same for Ninja, who think close this gap really quickly at the beginning of this climb. So he stays with the best, but he probably lost already a bit of energy. It might be not so as much as he. I don't. Let's see if he has enough energy left to keep up with them. At front, Kingmaker is trying to do his own pace. Solipy in his wheel, then Styros, Ninja, and I think George made the contact behind. So everything together, but I don't think it will be at the end, as some left with a lot of disadvantage. And in our group, Basu is going here, and yes, indeed he is. He's trying to push ahead. Healing's desperately trying to close this gap. Doku also trying his best, and the big dog is distance by trying to save Ryder, so he might come back in the downhill. At front there is Basu and the Baldwin, a rider of the no, it's actually two Basu riders winning the KOM and are ahead of the others. But back to Group O, Styros, Kingmaker and Solipy. Styros with a small gap, and now just Kingmaker and Solipy ahead. Kingmaker really looks strong. Styros always has a small gap to close. Can he close this gap? Kingmaker lost his last rider, and now Solipy and Kingmaker ahead of Styros, and I think behind Ninja on George, trying to limit the damage. Now they enter the small flat part soon. Let's see who wins this. Styros trying his best to catch up. Can he do this? He cannot. Now the sprint is open. Kingmaker tries to do it from the front, but now, of course, now I have a leg. But Solipy is catching Kingmaker on the line. Landa misses the stage, and Styros comes in third, while George and Ninja in fourth and fifth. So good stage for Solipy and Kingmaker. Made up some ground on Styros. I don't know if he can stay in the lead, Styros, as he lost not too much time, but it will be close now. And I think Solipy, Kingmaker, and Styros are in the best position to secure these top 3 GC places. Yeah. Let's go back to our group of Basu, Hilling, and Co. Basu actually had the 4 riders. That's just unbelievable. He made the bridge with 2 of his riders, now ahead of the 4 riders. Behind there is enough manpower to close the gap a bit, I can assume, but I think Basu has the stage. Nearly already has the GC with this win. And behind it's more of a fight of second place now. Actually, everything is together there. Just the Baldwin, who is there with 3 riders or 2, but not with his leader. So I think he messed up in the first kilometers of the stage and lost contact. While ahead, Basu is even increasing his pace, as I think behind nobody is even trying to catch him, as they know we probably never will catch him again on the stage. But even the win is probably already 100% sure for Basu. It's still the fight for second place. First of all, they need to catch Basu's 78 rider. When he enters with 3 minutes in his climb, he might even come in second. Not sure on that, but let's see. Also depends if there's an early attack in the group behind, but Basu extending his lead now to 3 minutes. Yeah, this is pretty much over already in terms of the final GC. Behind, there are attacks. I see it splits behind. Hitting attack, no. I think there was a small gap, but now it's everything together. Basu down to 3 riders, but now it's not about how many helpers left, it's just about the right pacing. As I can hear, Group P has crashed, I think. So we might have a group with a lot of delay for the end. That's very unfortunate. But let's concentrate on this final kilometers of Basu. We're just still 3 minutes ahead. What a domination. Not that I didn't expect it or that nobody expected, but it's always impressive how good Basu actually is on such kind of stages. Yeah, Hillings wrote in the chat as expected. Yeah. And if he does this in stage 4 again, he might come close to my 10-minute lead on yesterday's stage. I hope he does not, because everything I can say I'm better than Basu is something I'm really proud of, but he plays really well, Basu, and I'm sure he will try to win the last stage as well. The Baldwin already 11 minutes down with his leader. As we saw, he messed up the start, was already distanced at the start of the Quarter Fair, and now he's out of GC. Maybe he can go for KM, or yeah, mainly KM or the stage win on the last stage, but I think the tour is already over for him. Yeah. Bars is still at 3 minutes behind its Hillings, going his pace, but it's just a fight for second place. Bars are alone, but doesn't matter, just 4.5 kilometers, now 4 kilometers to the finish line. So this will put Barso in a comfortable GC lead. I think he will have over 4 minutes at the end of the stage, and for Barso this is, I would say, nearly an unlosable lead in the GC. And let's see if they can catch his 78 riders, as this rider is still 2 minutes ahead of the rest of the field. Might be interesting for bonification seconds, and also KM and the point jersey, but ahead is Barso winning the stage with now over 3 minutes ahead of the others, and congratulations for his second win on Barso. Behind is Hillings, I think, who fights for second place together with the Big Dog and Doggo, who tries to follow him. And as nearly fourth of Bas's helpers coming in second, so double win, and Hilling's finish in third ahead of Doggo and the Big Dog. Yeah, domination of Baso. Even the 78 rider is strong enough to stay ahead of the Peloton, and behind is still Doggo and Hillings securing their P2 and P3 in GC. Now we go to Groot, as he is close to finish, or this group is close to finish the stage. Oh, the final sprint, I can see Groot winning also like Baso in a solo, ahead of Ars Gaming. Ahead of Vlasov and Groeswijk. And now we go to Hush, as this stage is also close to finish. And I think everyone is finishing now. Good timing. As the mayor writes me, we have 5 stages finishing in the sector in the same moment. Now I have an ad, of course, on Hush stream. Yeah, so I think we have to tell you about the results afterwards, because it's too messy right now to catch everything. Yeah, on this stage, Evenepoel won. This must be the rider of Svexen ahead of Hush. Yeah, too much happening, so many groups on the same time. So we go to the group which is pretty much ahead of each other. The group was Duros. But even there, still a lot of way to go. Still nearly 200 kilometers to go. And this is for me time to make a small break or take a small break. And I will be right back in a few minutes. So we are back, I would say. Short break for me. Look for another mobile device to maybe give you some stage results during this long stage. Right now we're still following the Styros group, which is still the furthest on the road, heading in the Col de la Madeleine. In the same time, we go back to our group, the Basel group, starting into the stage. Let's see if there will be a break or will be no break. For now, I see 14 riders at front, 16 behind. I think mainly the Big Dog and Tillings trying to escape. Yeah, same as Doggo. And behind it's, I think, Baso trying to control, but I see the Big Dog tries to bridge to the front with his mountain leader. It would be unexpected. Yeah, the Ballfin also at front with his riders. So just Baso not at front. But I don't think it's too much of a danger as he has still his flat helpers. I think 2 of them which he can easily use to control this break until the foot of the Col de la Madeleine, the first climb of the stage. Yeah, and as the gap is just 1 minute, it's no time to panic there. And I think Basu is playing the defensive role part, however you would say in the stage, and first of all tries to not let everyone go and keep everything together. As he closes the gap to the front group, Basu does a counter attack, same as Hillings and the Baldwin, I guess. And Hillings tries everything, attacks with his leader at front. Will this work? I don't think so, but he is really trying to put the pressure down on Basu, but I think he will just relay behind and will also catch this breakaway. But you can't say that Hillings and the others didn't even try to attack Basu, but I'm not sure if this something which can work, as it's still really flat here. Basu has full team behind. Yeah, and he relates with his good flat guys, and I think the gap will be soon already down and the bridge will be catched. But Hillings tries his best, full train, going up this climb. Let's see. In the meanwhile, I can look for stage results. We start with Group E, as there is El Colombiano, Pierre, Lucky, Jakob, and Incapable Mina. As El Colombiano won the TT ahead of Pierre and Lucky, and on the second stage there was Pierre winning ahead of Jakob and Jakob. So the punchers won the stage. Pierre ahead of Jakob. Pierre also in fourth, and I think Actually, Lucky lost their time in GC, but the rest was still in one group on this group. And stage 3 is not posted yet, the results. As long in our group, Basel is still controlling everything, we go back to the Duros group as they are 7 kilometers close to the crest of the Col de la Madeleine. The actually is already second HC category climb ahead of the peloton, which is still 20 riders, surprisingly. 2 breakaway riders. I can't see of which team it is. It looks like Spain, I guess. So Solipai tries to attack for QM, and as it looks like it will work, as behind there's absolutely no pace in it. Yeah, already 2 minutes for the Solipai guys, and will he bridge to them? No, now Ninja is attacking. Interesting move. Solipai is following, same as the others now. Let's see if Ninja can make the gap. Oh, he can. But I think Kingmaker and Stews can close it. Even it will cost them a lot. Just Solipai in the wheel of Ninja. And he is still 2 riders in front as we saw before. Can they catch the breakaway riders before the quest? That's the question. Ninja giving everything. 50 seconds for the 2 riders in front, but I think they will take KOM, yes they do. And behind everything is together. I think Ninja takes third place with his leader on this KOM, so he scores some important KOM points, but now the peloton will neutralize again, and share Solipai with 2 riders ahead now. This gives us the time to look on Group G, the second group, as we saw Colby, Piero, Ghosty, and Artab in there. And also Colby won the TT ahead of Pedro, Ghosty, and Damiano. Second stage, actually Damiano aka Artab won the stage ahead of Pedro, Colby, and Ghosty, but there were no time difference made. So everything is still together there, and in stage 3, Pedro won ahead of Ghosty, Damiano, and Colby. Also there no time gaps. So it's pretty much still the same GC after the TT, where, like I said, Colby won ahead of Pedro and Ghosty and Damiano behind them, with a bit of a gap as they didn't choose their TT squad. So are there any other more results? Group K. In the TT, first of all, the group is Naut, Ars Gaming, Groot, Goga, and Evert. Naut winning the team time trial ahead of Ars Gaming, Groot, and Goga, and Evert surprisingly losing nearly 3 minutes in this TDT. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Yeah, second stage, Ars Gaming won ahead of Naut, and second trial of Ars Gaming. So looks like a duel between Naut and Ars Gaming. Third stage, Groot won, as we saw in the stream, with 40 seconds ahead of Ars Gaming, Goga, and Naut. So I think Groot is the new GC leader in this group, but still there were no major differences made. Just Everett
Radio
is
Tour has
a
announced a
bit
flat tire
further
for a rider.
down in GC. Group L. Are there any results there posted? Yeah, the group of Forgo, Dietermore, Swexen, Hash, and Stein. Stein won the TT ahead of Hash, Swexen, Dietermore, and Forgo. Then second stage, Swexen won ahead of Stein and another rider of Swexen. But everything together there. Just with Dietermore losing some time. And on the third stage, again Swexen ahead of Hash. Stein in third and Forgo in fourth. With some time gaps, but I think they're all pretty much in 1 minute still, and so everything is still possible on this really hard last stage. So we can have a small look on this Styrus group again. Sulipie is still ahead, but behind there's still no pacing, really hard pacing, so nothing too spectacular there. Sturus with 5 riders, while many more still just the 4 riders. That's might be something interesting, but yeah, nothing too special or nothing too decisive if the pace stays that low. We continue. Group M. Are there results posted? Yeah, there are. Actually, Pepele won. I have to say the names of the lobby. Pepele, Alda, Outlaws, Hasted, Leonard, and Frabo was the host. Pepele actually won this TT ahead of Alda, Gaccio, and Hasted, and Leonard. In the second stage, Alda won in Paso faction 1-2 in the sprint ahead of Pepele, Hasted, and every leader behind in the same group. But before we continue with that, we go to Group P, as they had a crash the stage before and are now down some minutes. We can look at their final crash of the Alpe d'Huez. Small remember, this group contains of Miko, Agap, Ilya, and John Kroll. Miko pacing behind, but I see there are 2 riders at front. Might this be some climbers? That's the big question now. I can still see Agap and Ilya with riders in the Miko group, so maybe it's John Cole at front, but he also has riders behind, so it might be not leaders at front, but I can't tell it for sure. But as we enter the last 8.5 kilometers, Miko and John Cole increasing the pace, going to the front, while Ilya and Agap staying in the wheels of both of them. And yeah, no leader at front, but it's still Agap with his 78 rider. Maybe he can manage as well as Basu to stay ahead of the peloton, but it will be really close. 2 minutes for him. I'm not sure he can do this. Behind Sean Cole attacking, Ilya not catch him, and now it's everything together, and Miko goes to the front again. Agap still with 1 minute 30 ahead, but the time is ticking down, and I'm not sure he can make this with his 78 rider. Miko is increasing the pace. Can he get a gap? Agap on his wheel, kinda. And they have a gap. At least Miko and Agap have a gap. Ilya and John Cole behind. And now Miko is increasing the pace further and further. Yeah. Ahead we can see Agap's helper, who are 78 mountain riders. 3 kilometers, will Miko catch him? Agap still in the wheel of Miko, but losing contact right now, so Miko in the prime position to win the stage. Maybe not the stage, but the GC. Can he win the stage or not? Can Agap stay ahead? It looks like Agap's 78 mountain riders actually win the stage. Miko sprints, but ahead. Win for Agap with a 78 rider. Miko behind, and behind Miko is Agap with his climber. I don't know if it's the same time, but at least Sean Cole and Ilya will lose around a minute, or let's say 40 seconds to Ghost and Agap, so a bit of time difference made of Agap and Miko there, and congrats to Agap, who stays with Miko and won the stage. Let's go to Group K, the group of Good, Naut, Goga, Ars Gaming and Evert. As I hear, there is some action there. There are in the downhill of the Madeleine. Groot ahead, or not ahead, in the pellet with 2 riders. Naut with 2. Is there something distanced? Is there a leader behind? But I think no leader is gapped. I think there's 178 where they're coming back, but I think between the favorites aren't many differences. Yeah, actually, Asemi gains his 76 rider back, so he might be the only one with 3 domestics. In the meantime, we go to the main group, Group N with Baso in the GC lead, and I hear there are a lot of
This
attacks,
climb features some dreadful
and
percentages.
yeah, healings twice, healings with 4 riders at front. Behind Doggo and the big dog, and Baso actually has a small gap. Actually, it looks like, is this the front breakaway, or is this mountain leaders? I think Healings is his leader at front. The big dog is next to or behind Baso in his wheel. Is there anyone distanced? I don't think so. So everything together here. Has
We're
somebody
halfway to the finish
lost?
line. The team leaders should be coming more and more to the fore.
Riders are again the Baldwin back with his GC leader, but I think this time he will be lucky and will catch them until the KOM, so we can at least have a try in the next mountains, but it will be hard for him to fight for the stage win when he is already now a gap. Oh, I'm actually not sure if he can catch to the group ahead, as the gap at the bottom said 3 minutes. If this is the case, he might not even catch them anymore at the stage. In the meanwhile, Baso attacking with his 78 rider and his mountain guy, putting his 76 riders in the wheel. Hillings and the big dog trying to respond, while Doku is desperately trying to hang on, but is struggling a lot. Yeah, now basically everyone is down to 3 riders, Doku even with 2 riders, and the big dog 2 riders in a peloton, 1 ahead, which will, I think, secure the KOM. he hasn't scored too many points with him yet, so I'm not sure it will need giving too much advantage in the KOM classification, as this was a 78 rider and he has just scored 2 points before. And over the top there was a small gap. Hillings and Doggo are ahead of the Big Dog and Baso, but it's just 10 seconds, and I think with the next corners they are together. Yeah, at the bottom you can see 10-man peloton, so I think everything close together here. Everything neutralized, just the Big Dog with one helper or 178 mountain guy at front. Actually, there are two riders 50 seconds behind the peloton. If Emir could show us them, maybe these are 78 mountain riders, then it might be relevant, but I mean A1, I mean Emir. It's the Baldwin, okay. And the 76 guy of the Big Dog, so the Baldwin didn't make it until the top, and now, yeah, I think he will fully regain his energy, but
Hello, my friend.
will be hard to close the gap. Hello, Ibra.
Hello, I came to help you a little bit commenting this night.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem, my friend. So, can you give me a recap in this game? What's happening?
In this group.
Yeah.
Actually, Baso didn't won the TDT, which was probably the biggest surprise.
Did someone use the alternative strat without the 73
Yeah,
mount?
Doggo used the alternative strat.
Yeah.
He didn't take the puncher, but the rest did. And so he has a head at 30-second gap to the others after the stage 1. But already in stage 2, Basu made a attack on the last 30 kilometers, I say, and won the stage in a solo.
Yeah.
Nearly around 1 minute ahead of Doggo and Hillings and the Big Dog, and the Baldwin already like 2.5 minutes and 5 minutes behind Baso. So
Yeah,
he
so
already
now,
took.
Yeah, so basically Baso is qualified, and now it's the fight between TBD, Healings, and Dogo for the second and third place of the group.
Yeah, also on the third stage, Baso with a insane attack, 90 kilometers before not 90, it's like 70 kilometers for the finish line over the Cordillera de Fer. Had 3 domestics in the downhill, increases his gap on the peloton, and they said Barsi have the GC lead. He won the stage with nearly 3 minutes ahead. Also, 78 mountain guy beat the other mountain guys at the finish line. So Barsi dominating this group. Behind it's between Doggo and Hillings right now for GC place 2 and 3. And
but Dogo doesn't have his 73 mountain, and as we can see, guys, Dogo is already down to 1 teammate, so it's gonna be hard to hold on. If I'm not mistaken, he has only 1 teammate left, but Monique is coming back right now, so he's in a really bad position, while TBD and Hillings have 3 teammates left with them, and we are 80 kilometers from the finish. So let's see if Dogo can actually hold on to his second place in GC. I have no idea about the KOM IS for now. So
okay, Ibra. Here is a bit to go, but in the Styros group, they are heading into or closer to the finish line, as they are a bit ahead of this group. So we switch to this group right now.
The group of Styros.
Yes. Yeah, they are actually.
Jacob is the leader.
Kingmaker is in the lead, close ahead of Solipy, I think, and then Styros. Zero is actually second in the GC still.
16
He lost
seconds
the
behind.
he lost a bit of time in the up-to-S stage, but he won the TDT. He's still in second ahead of Solipy. And then behind is George and Ninja with already, I think, like a minute or a minute and a half, as they lost some time in the up-to-S stage.
So yeah, as we can see also, Cirrus is currently fourth in KOM and IS, so he can potentially score extra points also. So we will see the battle for the first place in this group, I think. 16 seconds actually not that much. And we will see also a fight for the third place of this group, I guess. So as we can see, Kingmaker is down to one teammate, if I'm not mistaken.
And Solipy is already isolated, I think.
Yeah. So my question is, if you have an idea, did Kingmaker use the strat also without the 73 or 76?
I think I'm not sure. I think two of them used the strat with no.
Yeah, because it's weird to
Puncher,
have
but I'm
only
not sure on that.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. Also, the helper of Kingmaker doesn't have a lot of energy because I saw him die at the summit of the last first category, so he's not gonna last a lot. Cirrus is in a good position, I think, to take the lead of this tour. It could be a bad ending for Kingmaker, but let's see, because everyone has helpers, and Kingmaker will probably be solo in a few kilometers.
Solipy sneaked ahead right now, and Kingmaker has tried to bridge to him.
Yeah, okay. Kingmaker is making a move right now. Let's see how Cirrus responds to this. So my prediction is that he's gonna lose his teammates in like 1-2 kilometers, I think. Not that much, Kingmaker. Let's see how it goes. I think the other people are not going that fast. They're just keeping their teammates as much as they can for now. Still a long race to go.
Do you really think that teammates matters as much on this climb?
I think for now, yes, because we are still 8%. But when we're gonna hit the real percentages, all the teammates are gonna die at the same time. The 73 and the 78 are basically gonna die in the same kilometer. So for now, yes, they matter. Look at this part; it's 7% dropping to 6.5. So yes, here you need your teammate to keep a full bar. But when you hit the 10%, 12%, it doesn't matter if you have 3-4 teammates. They're just gonna block you at that point. That's it.
And Emir said we go to the KOM in our group of group Baso group. Baso is still ahead with 2 riders.
Yeah. So
followed by the big dog who's trying to catch Baso to the crest of this climb.
This
and
could
all
be
leaders separated.
Yeah, this actually could be a good move for TBD if he actually catches Baso, but he doesn't.
Riders will take full advantage of the incline.
Now it's the question.
Into their lungs.
I had the same situation yesterday.
Yeah,
I had a helper, the rest of the group not, and I had a gap. Do you think Baso will catch my 10 minutes lead on the stage?
Do you think what? I didn't hear the last.
Will Baso win with 10 minutes ahead of each of the others?
It could be actually possible because knowing Baso, he's not gonna let TBD catch him. And actually, what is TBD doing now is really bad for him. He should stop because he's not gonna catch Baso at this point, and he's losing bar to the other people. So he should stop.
Yeah, but we'll go to this Euros group as is just 4.5 kilometers to the finish.
4
and
kilometers.
I see, George attacking, Solipy tries to respond. Ninja's duos, same as Kingmakers, struggle to keep up with the pace.
Let's
but
see.
Spiros is the only one with this helper. Now
Steros
he
is
is
making
Neptuno.
his move right now. Steros is accelerating. Kingmaker holding on for now. He's keeping the wheel of Steros. He's dropping 1 meter, 2 meter. Everyone is trying their best. It's the last meters of this tour, and everyone is trying to actually drop Kingmaker. Steros, I think, has the best bar right now. George is taking the Spanish guy to the line, actually. I'm surprised there is no gaps. And let's see the sprint right now. Steers gonna launch. I think there will be no big gaps. Kingmaker dies.
Kingmaker
dies.
dies. Solipai dies too.
George
Steros
is here. Steros, George dies.
wins.
Steros the win. George second place. Oh my God, George did.
Ninja third, Solipai fourth, and Kingmaker losing the GC on the last stage. Probably doing too much work to catch Solipai. And
So,
Solipai attacked too much on last climb.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting.
I'm
One
really,
thing for
really
sure, Steros wins
impressed.
the GC.
Yeah.
Let's see if-
Did Kingmaker lose the third place also? That's my question.
Yeah, they had a decent gap, I think. But let's see.
Let's see. Yes.
Let's see. He lost a lot. This last ramp was really steep and he was fully dead there.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the time gap, so let's see how much he actually lost on this.
I'm really impressed with the performance of George and Solipai, who were isolated early in the climb and actually managed to finish with Tiros, who had more teammates for the most of the climb. So yeah.
Solipai actually lost also a bit of time there, but we will give you the results later, and we go to Hush, I think, as this stage is to finishing now. But now Emir said 72 kilometers to go there. Let's see.
Let's go.
I can't see how much until the finish, actually. It is.
Basso is 40 kilometers from the finish.
Hush
is Guru.
Hush
is 25 kilometers from the finish. We have Swaxon in the yellow jersey. Pino Hush is second, only 2 seconds behind Swaxon in the GC. So, do you have an idea about the third guy in the GC? Stinge, I think.
I think Stein was the third guy in GC.
Okay. So Hush is in a good position, as you can see, guys. He is not only the second in GC, but also first in KOM, and he's gonna cross this KOM in first place. So he's basically won the KOM, and he's third in the sprints also. So let's see what happens now, because Stinge is with Swaxon. We'll see if both of them will work together to catch Hush, who is only 2 seconds in front of Swaxon in the GC. It will be interesting to see if they work together, because they have to actually work together. And
here are the results of the Sturos group. We have the final GC. Sturos won this GC ahead of Kingmaker, who actually stays P2, and I think secures with that his spot in next round.
Yes.
George on P3, Solipai in 4th, and Ninja on 5th.
So George moves on.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, exactly.
George also won the second stage, so I guess he's also true. But it will be close with Solipai, as I think Solipai won also a stage. Let's see how they made in KOM and IS. I think this will decide who of both of them will go into the next round, I think.
In this group, in the group of Hush, he's still ahead. I have no idea if he will have his full bar at the end of this descent.
Never.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So,
but I think alone driving this descent you will recover nearly nothing.
yeah, so it's smart from Swaxon. He doesn't want to actually catch Hush at this point. He wants him to remain solo, catch some wind. It's really smart. Just 20 seconds gap, and he lets him catch some wind alone.
And actually, as Rocco was closing the gap for him a bit, and I think this tiny pull of Rocco will give Swaxon so much advantage over Hush that he might secure the GC win with this small move of Rocco. And now Hush is catched by Rocco, and I think Swaxon has the most energy of all of them. But Hush is really trying to go to the finish alone, but I'm not sure he can do this with his energy.
Just an information in the group of Basso. Everything exploded. Basically, Basso went alone with his rider. He has, as expected by Hyobi, a big gap right now because no one is trying to catch Basso is qualified. So yeah, we will come back to that group at the end. But Basso is going for the win of the stage, and we will see a battle for the second and third place of the group soon after we end this group. 8 kilometers here, Frogo. And Swaxon in his wheel trying to catch Hush at this point, who is going with a slow pace, I think. Still 60. I think everyone at this point didn't lose much of their bar. Here's the group of TBD. As we said, Basso is already 6 minutes in front of them. Dogo is making a move. Healings is behind him. As we can see. The helper of Basso actually is still in front of the 3 other leaders. I have no idea. Baldwin actually have his leader in front in the second place.
Okay, in the meantime, we go to Group M. Last 2 kilometers. Pepele, Alda, I think Naut, all together. Who will win the stage? Who will win the GC? After that, we go quickly again to Group L. But let's see who win this group. Pepele and is ahead. Next to him, I don't know. I think Naut is dying right now there. Alta also. Pepele versus
the sprint.
And Pepele wins.
And
Or does he?
the winner?
I don't know. Photo finish. Pepele wins ahead of Gacho and Alda. And I think they are now same time in GC actually.
No
this will
way.
be interesting in GC.
6 seconds? They have 6 second gap? 4 seconds.
I think Pepele was 13 and Bardet was 9 seconds behind. But let's go to L quickly, as they will finish.
Okay. Let's switch now 2 kilometers from the end. Hush in good position. Swaxon actually.
Oh, Swaxon died. This is surprising.
Frogo in good position to gain some positions back. It's the sprint with Hush. We will see. Frogo is in a good position right now. And it's gonna be Frogo. Frogo for the win.
Frogo wins. Then in Group K, Groot going solo to the finish line ahead of Goga, and with that I think Groot winning the GC ahead of Goga. Asim finished third of the stage. He will be close to Goga in the GC, and who actually here was Naut, the GC leader, comes in for also really interesting stage there. But let's see the final results later, and we go back to our main group, the group of Baso, I think.
So I can't actually see how much kilometers left.
8.5 for Baso.
8.5 for Baso.
And he has 8 minutes to the group favorite. No, he has not. Pele is not Pele. The Baldwin is with his leader, who's
The
like
Baldwin.
50 minutes.
Yeah,
but
I'm interested if we can.
But he's
the
50
Baldwin,
minutes
how
down.
Rightful percentages.
Yeah.
He's-
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's
He
what I
lost
wanted
in
to-
the stage before contact, before the climb really started, and then he lost all his GC chances already, and behind Hillings goes.
Hillings is gone. It's not for TBD to chase. If he's the right move is to let Dogo chase Hillings, who is trying to not let Hillings get the second place in GC. TBD at this point needs to drop Dogo and gain 2 minutes back to be in front of him in GC and pass him. Maybe it's his only chance to qualify. So for now, he doesn't have to chase Hillings. Actually, it's 8 kilometers left. He just have to stay in the wheel of Dogo. Let's see if he works actually with Dogo to try to catch Hillings. I think Dogo already have 40 seconds on Hillings.
But I think Hilling looks really good. Already a minute ahead.
Yeah, I think Dogo gave up on trying to catch
I
Hillings.
think he tries to secure his third spot in the GC, and I think Hillings with this attack will secure the second place. But ahead is Baso, winning again in the solo. Second stage it was 1 minute ahead. Third stage it was 3 minutes ahead, and now it's like 7 minutes ahead of each other, of everyone else, and it's just impressive what he did today.
Yeah. This strat that Baso actually uses in the first round of every tournament, our second round, is really interesting. So he uses his gap from the last stages to attack early, and people won't actually follow him because they already know he won the GC. So he just, even if he has a worse bar, he counts on the fact that people won't try to chase someone who is already qualified, which is really smart from Baso. A great showing today. So yeah,
and he celebrates
and
wins the stage.
Yeah, he actually has the time to celebrate.
The Baldwin 8 minutes down, but after he, I would say, had not his best day, couldn't even compete with the best, and now gets a second place on the stage. A good end for him, and
it will be interesting to see who is actually third. Third is Hillings, and actually TBD.
They close Hillings.
They're closing, and TBD couldn't drop. So I think it's gonna be second place and third place for Dogo and Dogo and Hillings. Yes, but we will see the sprint right now as they close in on him. 600 meters. TBD in a good position for the sprint. Hillings dies. TBD dies, and
Dogo.
Second place for Dogo, third place for Hillings.
Ahead of Hillings and Shaw.
And we have our podium. Actually,
but I think
great showing from the Baldwin in the last stage. So I think the group, this group, it's Baso, Hillings, and Dogo who move on to the next. We will see how many points scored TBD. We never know. We have the 8 best fourth place who move on to the next round also. So every point counts at this point. But good group and great showing from Baso, who sends a message to all the contenders of Tour saying, I'm here for the gold medal, I think. And but as we know, Baso this year is one of the favorites to win overall of Rhodes. So yeah, he's sending a message in tour. Great performance from him. We'll hear from him if he joins interviews after the end of this game. So it will be interesting to see if there is any other games that are currently played, or did we finish all the games?
I think Group P is still riding as they had a crash in stage 3. They are still 90 kilometers ahead before the finish, so on the second climb. So
Yeah, it's
there's
the only
still
group.
some time
It's
to
only
go.
yeah. If it's the only group left, we could move on to interviews while we watch the last group reach the final. Maybe we can hear from some of the winners of these groups, some of the people who qualified. Actually, great performances from a lot of people. From Dogo also, it was impressive. So yeah, the World Cup is always full of surprises. People who don't really play road a lot, but reach actually their peak when it's time to play great. They are here, they show up, and there's also people who play all year and they keep the same level. Like Basso, actually, he is consistent the whole year. Um, Dogo didn't actually play a lot of road this year, but a great showing from him. As we can see the GC. Can we
Yeah.
see? We can see the GC actually, but we will tell you the GC actually is Basso 14 minutes before
Minute.
Dogo.
Oh,
It's ridiculous, I said.
yeah.
And nearly 15 minutes before Healings and 60 minutes in front of TBD. Actually, Basso is also fifth in the GC. Yeah,
That's
so
just insane.
I
But
can't.
let's move. But
Yeah.
let's move on to interviews, and in the meanwhile, we follow Group P, which are aiming to the finish, and maybe let's hear what Barca have to say if he joins interviews.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna ask people to join interviews, maybe. Emia, if you can hear us, you can ask people to join. I'll check the results of the group so we know.
So, let's do some interviews.
Yeah, so let's move on to interviews. Let's see if Basso can join us. If George maybe can join us. I'm interested to hear from the people that are qualified today.
Yeah, as long as there's nobody there, we can look at some results.
Yes, exactly. So
If I can find some GC results, maybe.
okay.
Yeah, in group J, group of Ghosty, Colby, Damiano, Artab, and Pedro. GC winner is at the end Ghosty, 4 minutes ahead of Colby, 4 minutes 13 ahead of Pedro, and 4 minutes 52 ahead of Artab. Also, Ghosty won sprint classification as well as KOM classification. So very dominant performance of Ghosty in Group J.
Ghosty showing up. We are missing. I think Gabi couldn't show up today in that group. It would have
Yeah,
been
that's really
interesting.
unfortunate.
Yeah, we really wanted to see Ghosty go in front of the one of the greatest players right now of the game, Gabi. But he couldn't make it sadly. And George was present and he delivered a great performance. We'll see who shows up for the interviews as we check the results of the groups.
I think we have our first interview partner. If Doggo wants to speak.
Yeah, of course.
Am I right? Doggo played today. Or? Yeah, he played in Group N. Then, Doggo, you can join.
I'm gonna actually.
Hello?
Here he is.
Yeah.
Doggo,
So,
how was it going for you tonight?
Good. The only thing is, Basso, I just let him ride because he's better. And yeah, why would I follow him when I'm second and I could just hold behind the others?
Yeah. So
And
I have a question for Dogo. So, how was it going in your mind when Basso was gone and actually and Healings was like 1 minute in front of you? What was going on in your mind? What was your? Did you want to catch Healings or did you want to just keep George with you so you keep the third place? What was your mentality in that moment?
I don't know. I just went like 68 the whole climb and then went up to 75. I couldn't care if Feelings was gone, to be honest. So
yeah, so you kept your own pace and didn't concentrate with the pace of other people.
nah, because I know TBD would be out of energy because he attacked like before.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I know he's not good at managing RNG, so he would be broken anyway.
It was a great performance from you today, Dogo. How do you feel about going on to the second round of Tour? Are you confident that you can move on to the third round?
I don't know, man, because it's another night of 250 kilometer stages, and I'm gonna be honest, I really couldn't care less about it.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I couldn't agree more. It's just depends of the competition against you, the stages. How do you manage your energy every night? But yeah, it was impressive from you, as we said.
No, not really, to be honest.
No, it was good. I think performance to move on. I think the last climb you did a good job to drop everyone except Basso, who actually used his gap to.
Everyone just let him ride, because why would we follow?
Exactly, that's what we.
Also, without Appius, my mental support, and Louis Genius also mental support, I couldn't have done this. So thank you, Appius.
Louis Genius is definitely gonna get banned from PCM
Why?
UK after helping you.
Nah, he just said thank you and go on. Yeah,
Like major ban.
Yeah, to be fair, you can keep him in UK. We don't want him. He's just a member, so if he could, just stay there, it would be nice. Also, him speaking English instead of Dutch was really weird. So that's. But can Appius come on the stage, or because he can analyze really well.
Afterwards, did he play?
TVD.
He watched. He watched everything. Just let Appius come on stage. He's a really good analyzer.
Who's saying TBD?
Yeah, me. So, what did you think about tonight, and what did you miss to actually secure a place?
I think it was spectacular. I think in any given day of the week, I would be pissed off by being beaten by a nobody like Doggo that comes here and there saying that I am bad at energy management, even though I was pretty good at energy management when I was beating guys far better than him, like Calipari. I do agree, though, that I failed spectacularly to adapt to this new game and has been pretty downhill ever since, with me not being able to indeed manage in any fucking place. So I think that's pretty much it. Also, there were a bunch of assholes calling me stupid over the past 24 hours, apparently getting away with it. So yeah, I couldn't care less about the race at that point. I mean, it was fun, despite failing miserably, as it is 90% of the time what happens to me in the World Championship, so I've kind of got used to that by now. I think once I reached the classic semifinals, also sprint semifinals, some second and third round, stuff like that, but usually it's always like this, so I think that was fun. That was actually fun. I think I'm even more worse than Emea at this point. but at least I never lost a tour in the Champs-Élysées, so a flat stage. So as long as I can avoid that, I think I'll be fine. The
Okay.
rest, I think, I need to adapt better to this new stamina and resistance system because ever since the game changed, uh, it was it went downhill from me, and I never had enough time this season to play neither solo or as much multi as I used to. I think it was Leo that said a few days ago, and he was saying it well, that to stay sharp and to keep doing well, not just good but even decent enough, you need to be playing regularly. That hasn't been the case for me either. But above all, I have fun, and I just want to say, stop the insults in IMA. Free the big dog. Thanks.
I don't
Oh,
think it's allowed to swear on stream, no?
it pretty much is.
I'm gonna
I
appeal this, guys. The
I
big dog,
just
he
want
will
to
get
say,
punished
I
for
just
this.
want to say, congratulations to my brother Hillings. It's always good to see him succeed.
And who's
I
above
really,
Hellings?
Hillings, my brother Hillings. I really like the
Yeah.
guy. It was really fun to see him succeed. The dog also played very well. Like you said, he did a good energy management. Knew I had a tactic before that I would be lower than him on energy, and he maintained his pace actually really well. Played well with it with his management and the battle. Obviously, no one was even fighting him. I think one of the mistakes I did, maybe Hillings as well, but Hillings was confident enough that he could get the third place. He had enough of a gap. Was to let Busto go. We didn't really care about him.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have gotten 20 minutes, and we still wouldn't care about it. He could have had 1 hour. We still wouldn't care about it. I think that was a defeatist attitude from us, and it also obviously gave me less chances to recover points by not caring about him. So, but
Exactly. I was gonna
yeah.
ask you a question, Big Dog. So I saw you try to actually stay with Basso at the climb. You tried to take his wheel when he still has a teammate. So do you think that played a role in you not being able to
Oh
gain
yeah,
time on?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you had
absolutely.
like a
This
few
was the
meters.
same scenario as stage two. In stage two, it was far worse because my helpers got caught behind. I don't remember which climb, and instead of waiting for them and keeping everyone, I actually tried to follow Bosco. I did it alone for far too long when he still had two than one helper, and that cost me my entire bar. And that minute and 10 or 12 or something that I lost in that stage, minus milliseconds here and there that the others got later on in the stage finals, that was the entire difference that I lost. Nothing more from there except for Basso, obviously, that we let go. But for the others, that was the only time I lost. That cost me my stage and
Yeah.
my tour. And in stage four, it was exactly the same thing, except obviously at a certain point, I decided, okay, I'm not gonna make the same mistake for as long as I did last time.
Exactly. So we're gonna thank you, TBD. We're gonna move on
Thanks.
to. I want to hear
Yeah, let's do
first.
before let's
Uh,
do before we continue. Let's go to the results of Group N as the final standings are here.
yeah, it's
Vasu
still
first with 305 points, just missing
yes.
out by 15 points to the max score possible. Doggo second, Klinks third with 156 and 145 points. The Big Dog with 71 points third, fourth, and the Baldwin with 47 points on position 5. So now
So we are 20 kilometers, I think, away from the finish in the last group. We're gonna hear before switching to commenting the last race going on. I wanna hear from Healings first, and then Basso. So Healings, hello, if you can hear us.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
So I'm gonna first of all, congrats on the qualification to the second round. I
Thank you.
wanna ask you the same question that I asked to Dogo. What was your mentality going on to the last climb, and when you tried to actually create a gap? And also, did you panic a little bit when you saw your bar going low and that they are catching you in the last kilometers? Did you panic about the qualification, or it was all good?
Now, when I got into the last climb, I knew I had almost 2 minutes, no, 1:30 on Big Dog. So if I was able to finish close to him, I knew I would be third in GC. I had better stage results than him, and I scored points in KOM and sprint jersey as well. The idea was just to create a gap so Doggo had to work to secure his second place because I knew Big Dog wouldn't.
It's smart from you, because actually Doggo worked behind, and and what's your mentality going on to the next round? You have a second round of tour, and are you confident that you can move on to the third round of tour?
Absolutely not.
We have some honesty today. Everyone is really not confident about the second round. Well, I wish you the best. We're gonna move on fast to
Thank you.
to Basso before switching to the last kilometer of the stage. Basso, can you hear us? Are you here?
Yo, what's up?
Hello, Basso. Congrats. A great showing again. Impressive. 14 minutes before the second guy, actually, in the GC. Well, I can't ask you many questions here, but how did you feel in this tour? Do you feel that you have a good level? Are you ready for the next rounds?
Hopefully I am. I just don't want to get overconfident because every lobby is different, of course, and I might as well be an early peaker, so I, I, I still have to calm down my expectations and just play every road evening and hope for the best in each round. And if I advance to further rounds, I will be happy. If not, there are still other disciplines to do well, and I just hope I keep this up for the rest of the world champs.
So, and I have another question. Many people are putting you as the main contender to win the overall road this season, this World Cup. Do you feel like you are actually the favorite to win the overall off-road?
I mean, that's a hard question. Short answer, no. Long answer, I think I'll probably choke on in the later rounds if I get there, of course. If I get there,
Yeah.
I think I just don't handle finals and semifinals and this stuff well. So I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are still round 2, round 3, and potential semifinals if I get there to be played, and then we'll see.
Well, congrats. It was a great showing from you, and I wish you the best in the later rounds. Hubie, I think we have to switch to the final kilometers of the stage.
Last 5 kilometers in Group P. Ahead are Miko, Ilya, and Agap. Miko and Agap still with a helper. Sean Cole is already distanced and now is probably between Agap and Miko.
Yeah.
For the
Do
stage
you have
win,
our
and
podium?
also,
The 3 qualified people, do we have them here? I think just a battle for the first place of the group. Ilya is already isolated, and related to the 3 final kilometers we will see. I think Ilya is dropping a meter too. Let's see if he can hold on.
Yeah. I think it's also not about the stage, it's also about the GC between both Agap and Miko, as they were pretty close, I think, in GC before. So let's see if Agap can pull up the victory.
Miko takes the wheel of Agap, reaching the 5 kilometers. I think this stage was slow paced because they have teammates till the last 2 kilometers. We will see the sprint
As
right
Miko
now.
goes to the front, can he win the stage?
He launches the sprint really early.
Yeah,
Let's see if Agap has.
Now Agap can't respond. Miko wins the stage.
And the win from Miko as
Ilya in P3 and
second. Who is he? Who is the guy? Who is this guy? Shane Cole actually come back And
now he comes back to the helpers, but Ilya secures his
Ilya,
first
yeah,
stage.
third, yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think we have our three qualified people in this group who are Miko, Agap, and Ilya. I think if we can hear from one of them or the three of them. I'm actually also interested to hear from people from other groups. Maybe I feel like there is some drama going on in the chat. Yeah, so maybe we can hear from Miko about.
But as long nobody joins, I would say we go group by group and go through the standings. What happened there in these stages? Groups, I mean.
Yeah.
So in Group I, there was Pierre Jacob, Lucky, Incapable, Mine, and El Colombiano, with Pierre winning the GC, scoring 258.85 points, ahead of Jakob with 195, and Lucky gets the last spot with 125 points.
Actually,
Behind
surprising to see a great performance from Lucky and a not so great performance from Herrera. We've seen him deliver better performances. I think Lucky just got the better of him today. And as expected, Pierre and Jacob first.
Actually, really surprising, Herrera is out. But I think he wanted TTT. He might pick the TTT team and regret it at the end. I could imagine. So maybe this was the case.
Yeah, exactly. He won the TTT and then completely dropped in the GC and didn't score points in the. As you can see, he didn't score points in the second stage. He scored 2 points and 2 points in third and fourth stage. So yeah, it just was the TT and the strat didn't work. It works sometimes. It doesn't work. It worked in other groups. It didn't work in this group. Yeah. So we can see the next group, who is group G.
J.
G. We talked
J
about
with,
it.
Yeah. There are the final results. I can say Ghosty 275, Colby 167, Petru 165, and Agap Damiano 125. To make this quick, and we go to K. Yeah.
Okay, we have. So Grootmeister finishes in top of the group, followed by AS Gaming and Goga in the third place. Nuti fell short to qualify. He's in fourth place, but we never know. We have to remember that the fourth place guys qualify also. So it will be interesting to see who makes it. Maybe we'll have the 8 people qualified soon. We can move on to the next group as we move on to group
I have to
L.
say something about Group K.
Exactly.
Because
sure.
now it was actually the leader before the last stage and dropped back to fourth place in GC. Of course, this is very unfortunate for him, losing all GC places there. But I think he has a chance to qualify with this fourth place, but it will be really close. And let's see later when this is official.
Nuti won actually the TT before dropping. Maybe he went for the strat too.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of people who chose to go for the strat, but the last stage, we talked about the last stage. It's a hard stage, and you need every teammate to actually reach, not lose time, actually. If the race is high paced, you need all your teammates. We move on to Group L. Results of Group L. We have Hush, who finishes on top of the group, followed by Sting. I don't know how to spell the name.
It's Stein, I would say.
But yeah. I hope he doesn't hear this. Swaxon in the third place, and Frogo fell short to qualify. So I think Damor did. I don't know how to spell this name too.
Dida Moore. Yeah.
Dida Moore didn't.
Didier Moore.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. I think he didn't finish the races because I can't see him fifth in GC or something. Maybe he had a problem.
No, he gave himself a warning for rage quit.
Perfect.
Okay.
Next group will be Group M.
I don't think we have the official results there yet.
Yeah, okay.
Then let's move on to Group N. There we were already, so.
Okay.
Then let's go to O. Are there results there?
O, let's check.
O.
Yes, we have the final results.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a group of George. Oh my God.
Yeah.
1 point differential between Soypie and Kingmaker, but I think we all agree that Kingmaker will move on with 141 points. 141 points. I think he is one of the 8 best fourth placers in this. But it still hurts. Shout out to Kinyaz. I don't know how to spell the name. Also, he finished 1 point behind me yesterday in the ranking, and I hope he qualifies too. I hope he's one of the best 8 people. Yeah. So I think we are waiting for the classification of other groups right now.
Yeah, Group P and Group M, I think.
M, N, and P, I think. No, yeah,
M we got already with the Basel group.
Oh, okay.
So just 2 results missing.
Yes. Okay. I really want to hear from other people, but I can't see them here.
Just Group N was able to speak after the race. The rest.
Yes.
2 actor.
I think, in Group P, we already know who is qualified. I wanted to hear from Gasho. Actually, he seems happy about his results, as you can see in the chat. So I want to see what Gasho actually has to say. But it was a great night of PCM, and we are waiting not only for the result of the last group, but also the results of the people who move on to the next round. I think a lot of people are waiting to see if they are one of the 8 lucky people to move on as fourth placers. We want to remind everyone that it depends how many people played with you in the group. And there is like a multiplication that happens so that people who played against 6 people and people played against 4 people have something to make the points fair, and we'll see who moves on. So no one knows actually now who moves on to the next round. We still don't have the results of the last group.
Like we said, Group P, there aren't any official results yet, but we can clearly say Miko, Agap, and Ilya are clearly through. As John Cole lost a lot of time in GC, and I think he didn't won a stage either, so I think Ilya, Agap, and Miko are through in the next round. Now we just miss results of Group M, I think.
So we talked about about this. Actually, you said they finished it on the same time, and Pepper is actually first in GC, but
he is second in GC after the graphic.
Okay, second in GC. Okay, yes, and it's Gasho who tops his group in front of Alder.
Is there a tiebreak if there are 2 people at the same time in GC? As I see Pepele in first place, but not in the graphics.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure on this final results yet. But it could
I'm
be.
confused too, because
But
in the screenshot you can see that Pepe
yeah,
is first in GC. Am I wrong, or I
yeah,
can't?
but there could be a. I'm not into too much in the rules, but there could be a tiebreaker if two are at the same time in the
Yeah, this is
two
really
GC,
important
and I
for the
think
pot.
this is not. Then we don't choose what the game says. Then we have other criteria, which I don't know right now out of my mind. So let's say I trust Benjong that he did everything right, and I don't think it will change too much.
Yeah.
So Gacho won this group ahead of Alda and Pepele, clearly ahead of Hasted and Leonard, who finishes
Yes.
fourth
I
and
think
fifth.
the only three people who's gonna move on are the three first people. I think Husted won't make it with only 87 points in this group. I think it
Yeah,
was a
this
three-man battle. They scored a lot of points. Yeah. So we will have, I think, the final results of the people who move on maybe soon, maybe, just maybe. But yeah, as I said, it was a great
yeah.
night of PCM. We have inline, the inline event coming on tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow we start the first day of first round solo inline. It's gonna be great competition. We have three cool stages. It's gonna be interesting to watch them. I might be here actually to comment them since I play in the second day. I don't know about you, Hubie, if you play the
Yeah,
first.
I have to play tomorrow, so
We're
I
gonna
might
do
be able to commentate on Sunday, but
yeah.
not sure on that. But
Yeah. So Hubie, I'm gonna comment on Hubie's performance tomorrow, and he's gonna do the same for me on Sunday. And I hope we both move on. Also, coming on after inline, we straight move on to the second round of classics on Monday. It's gonna be interesting. We have a lot of great groups from this World Cup. It contains a lot of great players, and we will see really, really, really good groups from the second round. There is a lot of groups like a must watch. So
yeah, and then slowly but surely the team competition also starts, and then
yeah,
we can.
I think everyone is excited for
Yeah,
the team events, as they are, for me, they are the most fun thing in the World Cup. It just brings people together. It's cool to play with other people's, like, to achieve the same goal. Uh, do you have
for
what's
sure.
your goal for your team? That's my question, Yubi. What's your goals with your team in this World Cup? Actually,
Winning a medal, that's our goal, but it's we will see if this is possible. So
yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
I was thinking about your team, and I see people who can actually perform in the ITT TTT also. So, what do you think about that? Do you think you have the team to battle for a medal in ITT TTT, guided by the great Hubie, this event?
If there is a TET, I want to win. That's everything I say to that.
Yeah. So I think will we have the final results? The people who move on. That's the last thing that we are waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing we were waiting for.
Emir, do we get results or should we end the stream here? What do you think?
That's the question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yes.
I can.
All right. We're gonna have the people who move on to the next round.
So maybe let's make a short conclusion then. Who impressed you the most tonight, and who maybe is the biggest disappointment of today's racing? What do you think?
The most impressive, I think we both agree on this.
Yeah,
it's
not too hard to say.
You just can't give it to someone else. Basso was on another level. He just ran through his group, won everything that can be won. He actually destroyed his group. The most disappointing, I think, if I remember, I would say Herrera. Maybe I saw him. He's a really solid road player. He can actually hold on with the best, but today I don't know what happened. But he wasn't on a good day, sadly. For you, what's the player that disappointed you today? We have the results. So, as we check the results, Hubie, I asked you who's the most disappointing player.
I think it's twice to go also for El Compiano because of this I go for Naut. I don't see him as a favorite for this discipline, but he finished fourth in a group of 5. I think he's really disappointed after this day, but yeah, he might have a chance to qualify with his 4th place, but it might not be the way he want to qualify at the end.
Just that's what I said yesterday after I qualified. It's like it's good to qualify, but you want to make to keep the confidence going, like to feel like you qualified without pressure. You feel the ease, the qualification. As it's the first round, you need to gain confidence. Would rather move on with winning a stage, winning a GC, not just moving on barely as best 4th or just 3rd place with 1 point, as I did. So yeah, I think the best players just want to get the confidence going as we have inline and second round classics coming on. Yeah, so we are waiting for the final results of the people who qualify for the second round of tour. I have an interesting also parkour for the second round tour.
Yeah, we can speak about the second round. Also a ITT, not a TDT like in this round. No, I'm wrong. This round 3.
Round 3, I think it's.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm wrong there.
This that's some. If you move on, you'll be to the 3rd stage. It could be something to your advantage. The 30 kilometers ITT. What do you think about that? Could you create some gaps?
Yeah, but for this I have to reach round 3. But round 2 also very interesting. In the next round, one I would say easier mountain stage because one climb before and then to the finish, and then a cobble stage. The only cobble stage in tour this year. I think Emir said that the stage will be changed at the end because it's buggy, I think. But I think it will be replaced by another cobble stage, I think. And then we have wind zones also, the only time in this tour, followed by a really, really hard mountain stage. So also a lot of action possible on these stages without a TDT, but lots of other hard stages, I think, and really interesting stages too.
Yeah, especially the 3rd stage. I think it's a stage or the second, the flat one. Actually, it could be. It looks like an easy stage going to a sprint, but with the winds, we never know. Maybe there are people who will try to explode the race in that final 30, 40 kilometers, depending on how strong the wind is. So, yeah, I think the first day is going to be not that hard. And then we're going to have basically two sprints, maybe. And the last stage is going to be really, really hard. That's where we're going to see the real gaps of round two of Tour. So, still waiting for the people who move on.
I try to do it manually right now.
There's I can't do it manually because there is like the calculation of people who played against 4, 5, 6 people.
Yeah, I try to do this.
Yeah, yesterday there was a lot of groups of 6 people, and today 4 and 5 people. So EMEA will do the job, I think, and we just need the people who qualify, and then it's gonna be good night for today as we meet probably tomorrow. Announcements.
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to hear from Gasho. It would be an exciting interview. Yeah. So we can see here. Churros. So we have temporarily the people who move on in the 3 first places of their group. We can name them fast. So we have Pierre, Jacob, Lakinovic, Ghosty Colby, and Ray PCM. Groot is gaming. Goga, Hush, Stein. If I spelled it correctly, I don't know.
Stein, yeah.
Not that bad, I think. Swaxon.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Gasho, Adder, Pepel, Basso, Dogo, Healings, Tiros, George, Solipai, I don't know, Miko, Agab, and Ilya. We'll move on to the next round as we wait.
Yeah.
I think from today, I think there is Damiano who scored 125 points can actually fight for a place. I think Kingmaker is going to the next round.
Nah.
That's
Yeah,
90%.
Kingmaker for sure, I would say.
Yeah,
But the rest, I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people scored more points than 125, and they had a lot of opponents against them. So Damiano is in a group of 4 people, 125 plus the multiplier. I think he's not gonna make it, but we will see.
He's on 500 then.
Yeah.
And Naut and Afroko are on like nearly 600 with their points. And after my calculations, of course, just out of my head, I think Naut and Afroko are still in as P7 and P8, but not sure on that. So I think we have just 3 players of today reaching the final as P4 and 5 players of yesterday's round reaching the final. But
yeah, there is an advantage to play a group of 4 or 5 people, but there is also a disadvantage. The advantage is that you have a bigger like the group of Damiano. Actually, you have 3 out of 4 chance to move on, but if you are 4th, even if you score 150 points, it's basically game over for you because the multiplier compared to groups with 6, 7 people, just it will make you drop in the qualification. So yeah, we're still waiting to see who are the 8 lucky people to move on. I think, as you said, the most of them will be from the almost there. We have our 8 people who move on. Frogo moving on, as I heard. Kingmaker. Do we have the list so I can name them again for people to hear? I only remember Frogo, Kingmaker.
Yeah, I think Dinley, Les Armstrong, aka Toto, Peaky, Muir, Slomy.
Here we go. Yeah.
And
Dinley, Noti, Frogo, Peachy, Lance Armstrong, Slomy, Kingmaker, and Kenya, who was in my group and is actually first in the people who move on. So congrats to him. We have that's surprising. We have Guy in the 4th. It's as the first to reserve. He doesn't move on actually to the next round. You can see, Hubie, that the last person who moves on at 8th best has points as first and second reserve. So that's crazy, actually. I think it's gonna be a fight in Portugal team between Delny and Guy.
Actually, what's the tiebreaker on this? This general classification. And then Damiano, he's behind Guilherme because of what? Because it's a smaller group, or?
Yes, he had a group of 4, maybe. What's the tiebreaker on that one?
Yep. I
think the group of 4, maybe.
If to see the tiebreaker, he must be ahead of Guilherme. If
so I think
amount of players is the tiebreaker, and then the GC, then it's right. But anyways, I think if they are swapped, it might not matter that much. So yeah, we know our 8 guys at front who passes in the next round.
Yeah, so
as best 4th.
I think you will agree with me that the 2 first reserve are important. I think people tend to miss the second round, maybe not the third. The third, I think everyone shows up, but the second round, I think it's very possible that we see Guy and Damiano make it, but we never know. For now, they are out of the second round of tour, but they have
still a possibility to
there is
come back and play.
It's really surprising to see Guilherme struggle to move on to the second round of tour, but we saw a lot of surprising. It's round 1 of tour. There is a lot of things that happened that we don't expect. We saw him finish 4th of his group. We also saw, for example, me, I struggled to move on to the next round. We saw Swaxen finish 3rd. That's interesting, actually, because we're gonna have great players in lower pots, and we're gonna have people. We could end up with really strong groups with me in the 4th or 5th pot. I wanna cry. I don't wanna face any of them.
Luckily I'm pot 1.
Can you put me in another group, please? I don't want to play. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, it was a
Yeah.
great night, as I said, of PCM. It was fun to join you at the end, Hubie. I wish
Yeah,
I
thanks for
was.
joining me.
Yeah, I wish I
It
was
was
here to start.
yeah, it was really hard to manage to switch the groups all the time alone because they finished literally all the time on the same time. So
Yes. So you're switching from group to group to groups.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think we managed well, and thank you a lot. And then we
I hope,
might,
I hope we could comment another event together. Never know.
yeah, hopefully, and
Still a long.
hopefully still. Or well, not hopefully. That would mean we would be out.
We are
So
out.
let's say we don't want to meet each other in the commentator place.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to say, I think.
Yeah. The right thing to say is I hope we meet in the interviews after we
Yeah, and the
qualify.
final, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so. Yeah. We can end the night, or we are waiting for something. Ooh, yeah. So yeah. Oh, okay. We do it after, I think. So we can end it. Yeah. Now. Thank you for the people. Yes. Tomorrow, it's round one, day one of inline, and Sunday it's the second day of inline, followed by the classics round two on Monday. Thank you for the people who are listening. Thank you, Hubie and Mia, for having me and joining in the last stage. And yeah, I see you guys tomorrow.
Then, see ya.
Hopefully, I will be here commenting.